Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I was looking. Do you know the movie? So before we hit record, we were talking about
uh,
sexy movies.
well, this should be. Well, I don't know if you want to record it.
What?
You should record it.
You are
You're awkward as shit, bud. It's recording now.
Oh, I think you said before we record it.
Yeah, before we were recording,
Oh, before we were recording.
we were
Sorry, I
talking about
misheard you.
sexy movies,
Yes.
and I just thought of another one. Do you know Wicker Man?
that doesn't go on my list. But yes,
Like the Christopher Lee one?
the old one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the scene where the girl's dancing in the room beside him, like against the wall. That's some sexy shit.
So you're talking about, like, I know what you're talking about, but maybe the listeners have no clue what you mean by sexy movies. Not what you'd think, at least. Usually, and I think you were describing it earlier, it's kind of like it's used in a way like a scene will be used in the movie to almost make you feel quite uncomfortable. Like it has a voyeuristic quality in a way that makes you feel weird, like very like not good. You know what I mean?
I think that you should watch Body Double.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. If that's what I'm saying.
Like when you say that, you should watch Body Double.
Well, what's it called? Blue Velvet has elements of that too, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like hardcore. Blue Velvet really, ooh, that specific exact thing is in that. Yeah. De Palma.
I can't find the clip, but it's Willow's song from The Wicker Man.
Oh, okay.
I guess
find it later.
It's called The Point Road, maybe.
That movie was. I haven't seen the Nicolas Cage version of that.
It's not very good.
Yeah.
Like as a Nicolas Cage fan, it's not great.
Right. Oh,
especially because the original one's incredible. It's so good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That is a good movie.
So no spoilers, but there's a couple of scenes in like the way that De Palma uses music in Body Double reminded me very much of Willow's song from Wicker Man.
Oh, really? Okay. I'll have to keep that in mind when I watch it.
Got me a little hot and bothered.
Yeah. I'm sure that was the purpose to some degree.
Oh yeah. I played some video games this week.
I thought you were talking about your day. You wanted to tell me about how your day went.
Yeah, you want to do that first?
Well, usually you do that. That's usually your thing.
Okay.
It's not only his thing.
I guess so.
It's
our thing. Yeah, it's our thing now.
But Chris has the best stories usually.
This is not a good story.
Oh.
I mean, it's good for me. It was fun, but I drove into Markham today to see to see Gareth. We stopped at Hobby Panda Hobby.
No, I didn't know that.
Do you know what Panda Hobby is?
I can imagine.
It's a hobby shop.
Mm-hmm.
They have a pretty big storefront for
Asian themed.
Yeah, it's for Gundam stuff.
Right.
And I spent a little bit of money today.
Oh.
Can I tell you? Look at this Gundam thing. It's interesting because I had a conversation with a friend earlier today, actually. Not somebody that is part of this world, you know.
Right.
This Gundam world.
Well, just under that umbrella, that like borderline autistic level.
I don't think you fall in that category, but
no, I don't either. But I think that there's whatever. That's a dangerous road to go down. I don't want to go down that road.
That's what I'm saying.
There's something about model makers.
Okay. Well, no, and I don't necessarily mean model makers. I mean like anime fans.
Well, okay, that's what you meant.
You can say weebs.
Yeah, weebs. And I don't even though I'm into some of this stuff, and I don't know if this is just me justifying it or what, but I wouldn't consider myself that because I can function in regular society without people knowing about it. Like I don't need to wear t-shirts and tell everybody that I'm into Japanese shit, you know.
Still a weeb though. Someone considers you a weeb.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's the point, right?
You. Yeah, but you know what I mean. I mean the awkward ones that
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still consider me more of a weeb than you.
You are 100%. You are
the otakus.
Well, I could talk. I could go on for days without talking about that shit, man.
Yeah, so can I.
Do it then.
You're a bigger weeb than I am, and you're not even white.
It's a challenge. A challenge has been.
What's a Chinese guy called?
A Chinese guy.
Chris is furiously looking up, but by accident, looking up Chinese slurs.
Chinese weeb. China Boo? No, China Boo is like for people who are into Chinese people.
But that's what.
Yeah. Well, that's into China, not into Japan.
That's awfully specific. What do Chinese people call weebs in Chinese?
Like what's the it's like the Chinese equivalent of weeaboo, but not like for Chinese stuff. It's Chinese people. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Well, we already talked about this. I'm not Chinese.
Yeah, he can't tell you. Put it into Google Translate.
Okay, wait. This is the name of this episode too, whenever it comes out. English to wait, what am I translating?
Weeb.
Translating weeb.
To what? To Chinese?
Yeah.
To Chinese.
And then translate it back.
Weeaboo.
Weeaboo is just weeaboo in Chinese.
Yes. How is it?
I should ask Fanny Weeaboo or something like this, you know. Whatever. So long story short, I went to this hobby shop today. Actually, no, I'm gonna make the story longer.
Yes.
Someday this weekend. I didn't have any plans this weekend. I didn't do a whole lot. You and I watched Crazy Safari a couple nights ago. The movie was kind of shitty, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was that day, Saturday, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, whatever, someday. Saturday. And I didn't have really anything going in the morning, and wife and kid were out for a couple hours. So I was like, I'm going to break open. I had a gun cannon left over. It was like the last of my backlog that I hadn't cleared for like Gun Plus stuff.
Okay.
So I broke it open, put it together. It took me a couple hours and fine, right? But then it was interesting because when I do the stuff, like I found that I'll buy a whole bunch of them and then they'll sit in a pile upstairs, and then I just slowly work through them when I need to do one, you know? I find that if I'm in a shit mood, if I'm not feeling great about things, I find it very therapeutic because I just go upstairs, I shut the door, and I'm focused on something, right? I'll put on some music or put on a podcast and just work through it, you know?
Yeah.
And then I always come out the other side like I have something productive, something physical that I've put together, and ups all around. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm out. Like I finished it and I was like, oh shit. Like I don't have anything here.
You're not like
I'm smoking.
You just don't have enough, is what you mean. You're out of them. You don't have any stock anymore, right?
Yeah, I don't have any stock. I don't have any in my backlog to put together, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's not that I try to push through them and like get all of them done. Like I bought a whole bunch probably like, I don't know, 5 or 6 months ago. And then over time, you just kind of work through them. So I had to refresh my stock today.
So you spent a little bit of money.
I don't even know if I want to tell you how much I spent.
You're probably not.
I feel like
dollar amount. Well, what did you get? That's
okay. So let me say, I feel like I've moved into the next stage of this thing. Like at the beginning, it was, a couple of years ago, it's like, oh, I'll do a couple and we'll see how it goes. And like, yeah, it's pretty fun, whatever though. But then I buy like some different tool for whatever. And then I make some sanding things. And then like, it just kind of builds a little bit.
Sure.
Right?
That's natural though, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's a hobby that you're interested in, and then you slowly get into it more, right?
You didn't get what's it called? Did you today? What's that? What's the highest tier?
Perfect grade?
Perfect.
No, I didn't buy
grade?
any perfect grades.
Okay.
I got
Just
a couple.
curious.
Got a couple masters though.
Ooh.
So we went to this place, check it out. Prices were okay. Difficult when you I think going to Japan, checking shit out is I don't want to say a regular thing, but it's not really going to be an unfamiliar thing over years. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it sucks having like this thing would cost me like $9 there, and it costs 15 here, right?
Sure.
Like huge markup, but whatever, fine. What else can I do, right?
Not worth the plane ticket though. Like
What's that?
It's not worth the plane ticket. Like even if you're gonna get something like nice from Japan or something like that, like a Gunpla model takes up a lot of space in your suitcase.
Yeah, I know.
Getting, right?
I know. So in any case, we went down today. I brought kid with me because she's built a couple and she's kind of interested. So she was like, "Oh, I want to go," so I brought her. She bought a Haro Happy Yellow,
Cool.
which is cool. It's like a little thing. She was so excited. You know what she found? She found the HG for the Nobel Gundam, like the Swedish like G Gundam one, the girl. She was so excited when she saw it, so that's cool. We picked that up. I bought
LMB, right? The Noble Gundam.
Huh?
The one that looks like Sailor Moon, basically.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's got like long hair and a whip.
Yep.
For myself, I bought the RG Strike Freedom, which looks cool as hell. There's a new Master Grade Grandpa came out, and it looks cool as shit. So I bought one of those, and I bought an LED kit to put in his head.
Whoa.
So that's fun. And there was 3. So there's a guy. Did I ever tell you guys that there's a guy in Hamilton that does like order from inside his house?
No.
He has like an online business. If you go to CanadianGundam.com, I think that's the website. You can find it, whatever, search for it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I checked his stock, and he had all the stuff that I bought there. He didn't have in stock, but there was a few things there that were also in stock at his place, but he has like, a couple dollars cheaper per, and then he also had like a 15% off Easter sale.
Oh yeah.
And so I got home and I was like, fuck, I'm just going to do it. And so I bought 3 others too from him. I bought an HG, I don't know how to say it, Gusion, Gusian. I don't know. I don't know anything about Gundam. You know that, right?
That's what I was just going to ask you. Do you know anything about these things?
I know fucking nothing.
Cool. That's still awesome, right?
Yeah. I bought an HG Gusion Rebake Full City, which sounded awesome as hell. And it's like I don't know, it's beefy, which I think is super fun.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a real grade Zygok. Is that how you say that, Keenan?
Yeah, Zygok.
Zygok?
I'm looking at it.
Zygok Char Custom.
I'm looking at that. What the heck is it?
It's cool as shit. It looks so good. Yeah, man.
Like blades on its hands.
Water kind of one.
Huh?
It's underwater attack.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I got a Master Grade Kublai, which looks cool as shit.
Yep.
I know a lot of people. I shouldn't say I know nothing because I don't talk to anybody about this, and I don't know anything about the show. but I feel like Kublais are things that like most people think are stupid and look shitty. Is that fair or no?
No, I think at the time it's still like a pretty unique design. Like
yeah,
people still like it.
They're amazing. I have a couple of them now.
Which color did you get?
It's the white one.
Oh, okay. So then that's a Haman Khan one. That's a main like bad guy one. That's good.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I got the geek side of this.
So when are you gonna get a perfect grade? Because that thing is that's gonna be a whole.
Well, but I gotta see. It's got to be the right
tools,
one. I have to have some kind of context for it. Yeah. I want you guys to look something up.
Okay.
There's a new one that came out because I don't know if you know, there's a bunch of special like limited edition ones. I don't know what to
Yeah.
call them. Like, there's special ones, right?
Yeah, sure.
There's a new special one that came out. Holy shit. It's the coolest thing in the world. It was like $250 and I can't justify it, but I want you to search up Kublai Damned. Kublai is Qubbeley.
Qubbelley.
No. Qubbeley. Damned.
There's like longer fingers.
Oh my god, it looks so hot.
That does look cool, actually.
It's so cool. The hands are amazing.
Hands are amazing.
And I couldn't justify it because the one that I bought is like the same size and it was like $60.
Oh man.
There's a limited edition one, right?
Is it the white one or the purple one?
The Damned one is only black and white.
Oh wow. You're gonna get some. You gonna get all
paint that somebody did on it,
which is fucking gross.
You're gonna do like decals or not decals,
like the seals,
smoke and.
Oh, like yeah.
Getting into that, I was watching some because you mentioned this before, so I was watching a perfect grade, like a video of a guy doing it, and then I started watching tutorials on how people do like exhaust vents and stuff, and weather damage and things.
I cannot be bothered.
If you do get one of these, you have to.
But then you ruin it. It looks so cool as it is.
You do, well, that's the thing. You do a good job, and you won't ruin it. You got to plan it ahead of time.
What makes you think I can do a good job?
You carve stuff out of wood. You're gonna do You'll do a good job. It's not rocket science.
They look fine, clean. That's the whole point.
Look fine, clean. But you could do a couple of touches. You know what I mean?
Well, the little touches. So I also bought a can of like semi-gloss spray, just kind of like a sealer thing. I usually use matte spray, but I was like, I guess semi-gloss this time.
Wasn't there something like a turtle wax or something that really smooths it out or something? There's like some secret thing for like making it look really, really good. Just
the only thing that I know related to that is for the wet seals. So when some of the kits don't come with stickers. The stickers actually look like shit now. Now that I've used the wet seals, that's all I want. Stickers look like garbage because you can see the edge when you put it on, and I don't know, it's just not very good.
Yeah.
With the wet seals, what you do is that you cut it out. You get like a little X-Acto knife and you cut out the seal, and then you set it on a piece of wet paper towel.
Yeah.
And then you let it sit for a long enough time, not too long, 45 seconds, 30 seconds, so that the seal comes off the paper backing.
Floats off,
it just floats off, and then use a little Q-tip and move it over to where you want to put it. Those dry off, and they're like get all crinkly and stuff, but you seal it with floor polish, Pledge floor polish, floor wax.
That's what it is. Yeah,
and it's gorgeous. It looks so good.
Yeah.
Like seamless, like you cannot see the line between.
Yeah. That's what you got to do, man.
Yeah.
I'll check on your progress once you get one of them.
On the Kublai, I'm not paying $250 for this thing.
Or if you don't get it now.
It's not like it's any bigger, right? It's the same size.
And it's master grade. It's just because it's special one.
Limited edition, yeah.
Oh no, you got to get the perfect grade.
But there isn't a perfect grade Kublai.
Well, I'm saying when you get a perfect grade,
I'm waiting for the right one.
Right one, yeah, of course.
There's a new real grade coming out in May. I want you to look up Crossbone X1.
Yeah.
Look up RG Crossbone X1.
Yep.
Oh my god, it's so hot.
You can get a master grade of it now.
It's apparently this one's better. The master grade's kind of
cool.
Oh, because this is a newer kit, right? So it's got a newer skeleton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The master grade, there's a full cloth that has like the plated armor for the cloth. Yeah. And apparently the full cloth is coming for the crossbone, but I don't give a shit because this X1 looks so good.
Yeah. How long does it take for you to do a real grade?
4 or 5 hours, 6 hours.
Okay.
High grades I can burn off in like 2 hours, nothing. Real
It
grades
all
are pain in
on
the
the
ass.
kit, right? Because
Ah,
like them are, it depends on the kit because some of them are rated as master grade, but because the model, like the actual Gundam size is bigger, it's almost like a perfect grade anyways, like with how much detail they put in. So there's things like I think it was like the Unicorn and the Sazabi, because they're actually like if you do the scale, they're larger than the average like mech. Then the master grade is like almost an equivalent of a perfect grade because of how big it is and how
I
much
get it.
detail put in.
Everybody loves the Sazabi. I think it looks stupid as shit.
It's one of my favorites.
Do not like it.
Yeah.
But that's why it's kind of a cool hobby, right? So like I said, Gareth he's been building a couple, and we were talking about different things we're into, and it's so interesting how there's some that he picking like this looks so good. I would never pay money for that thing. Where there's like the Strike Freedom is stupid as shit, but I love what it looks like.
I hate it.
Oh, it's so cool. Tim, you look up RG Strike Freedom.
You know what I was looking at? There was these annual contests, and people do custom stuff.
Yeah, they're amazing,
insane.
and it's like worldwide.
Yeah, they do
Did
weird, crazy, insane.
Look up RG Strike Freedom.
I saw it already.
Yeah, you like that?
It's I'd have to see. Like, it looks cool.
It looks stupid as shit.
Things around.
It looks so good.
Goddamn,
like the wings.
Yeah. I am down. So, but it's funny because there's some of the winged ones I think look ridiculous, and then there's other ones that look. Do you know the other one that I was really interested in getting, but they didn't have it, was the is it the MG? I think it's a master grade tall geese. One word, MG tall geese.
Here, this is one that I like.
From Wing. Do you want the original Tall Geese and not the Tall Geese 3 or whatever?
I don't give a shit.
You
You say that like I know anything about Gundam.
if this was viable, I'd be into something like this.
Just tell me what it is.
The Link. It's a custom one, I think. It's not.
It's stupid.
It's amazing.
Not interesting.
Look at all the missiles.
Not into it. But that's what I mean. But that's what's kind of cool about it, is that like everybody's got their thing. This is something that I think looks cool. This is something that I think looks cool. I think that's pretty interesting.
There's a custom heavy arms from Gundam Wing as well.
So now that no one's listening to the show, we can talk about whatever we want.
I want to tell you about some games that I played. I went on a bit of a not a shopping spree, but though week to week there's some stuff that every once in a while I'm like, I'm gonna buy this. I'm also gonna buy this. I'm also gonna get this.
Yeah.
You've been. And there was a couple of games that were on sale for less than $1 on the eShop for Switch.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
So I figured for less than $1, even if it sucks, I'll just buy it anyways.
That's another Chris review corner.
Dynamite Fishing World Games is one of the worst games I've ever played.
I love the titles of these games.
It was like 70 cents, and it's not even worth 70 cents. I played it for like 5 minutes. I was like, this is
I'm glad you're taking a risk on these things, because you
never know.
Good.
You never know.
I would have looked at a video of this though and passed immediately.
Yeah, I'm stupid. There was another one I got called Swap This.
Yeah.
Swap This is made by what's the Tokitori guys?
Oh yeah, I recently listened to a podcast.
Something 2.
Guys. Yeah.
Two Tribes.
Mm-hmm.
This is shovelware mobile game trash.
Well, they do make some of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So really disappointed. I thought 2 Tribes I'd be safe, but nope.
Well, they do a mix of stuff. They do this kind of stuff. But.
Yeah. I downloaded another game called No Thing. Mm-hmm. But I don't know anything about it. I haven't played it yet. And people said, don't look up anything, just play it, but play it with headphones and just kind of like take in the experience,
Sure.
So I'm gonna try that at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I downloaded a free game, like a free to play game called Gems of War, which is a match 3.
Mm-hmm.
Deleted it in seconds.
Without playing it?
No, I played it. I played it for like 5 minutes. It was bullshit.
It's one of those mobile ports or something.
Terrible.
Gacha ports or something.
Yeah. I didn't play any Sekiro this week. I don't know. I'm really struggling with it. I don't know if I'm gonna go back. I like it a lot. I don't know. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
I played a whole bunch more Cook Serve Delicious 2. The game is amazing as shit.
Oh.
I think
Is
I
it
have like
only with other people? Oh, you're talking about on Switch or PC?
Switch.
How does the controls work on? Like, I'm used to like mouse keyboard with that.
You can do touch screen.
No, I wouldn't do touch.
You can also fuck. What's the easiest way to explain this? So you can hit Y to take the orders. You hit X for the food prep. Did you play a second game?
I haven't played the second one. No, just the first one.
I don't have food prep. So the idea is that you have 8 different things that you can pick from, and so it's holding R and hitting XABY or L and XABY to choose the things. It works pretty well. Once you get used to it, it works pretty well. So I've been playing the shit out of that, and it's awesome because I played Cook Serve Delicious 2 for Steam
PC.
For 3 hours.
Yeah.
I played Cook Serve Delicious 2 on Switch for 15 hours this week.
Oh, wow.
Maybe this week and last. I can't remember when I bought it. Did I talk about it? Oh, last week we didn't have a show. So yeah, last 2 weeks. I bought a game today, and this is going to be my recommend of the week.
Oh.
If you are into Glass Masquerade 2 Illusions, and you are also into what's that? Shadow Hand? Shadow Hand, and what's the other one? Regency Solitaire. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
If you're into those games, Regency Solitaire is so good. I played that game for 8 hours.
That was a super weird hit of that year.
Oh, it's so good though. How come it wasn't on any best of lists?
So get to it. What's this?
Oh, it's because it came out in 2015. You're gonna laugh at me immediately, but
yes,
keep an open mind. It's called.
Wait, hold on. Does it have chibi anime girls in it?
Oh, gross! No.
Okay, just curious.
Does it have fairies in it?
I wish, but no.
Does it have animals, anthropomorphized animals in it?
No animals.
Oh. I'm all out.
This game is called Sudoku Relax.
All right.
And I know you may say, Sudoku, that's it? Then that's it.
Yeah.
But you know what the best part of Sudoku Relax is?
No.
Relax.
Okay.
The music is chill as fuck.
Okay, good.
The graphics chill as fuck.
Sounds like you're on a therapy bender here.
Yeah, that's how I feel playing Sudoku Relax.
All right.
It is so comfortable to play.
Is that your subscription of the week or prescription
Oh
of the week?
my goodness. Please get Sudoku Relax.
If
I'm going to tell you how it controls. Do you boys somewhat enjoy Sudoku?
Not really.
Somewhat.
Sure.
Okay.
Because I also
like good controls.
I also only somewhat enjoy Sudoku, but I'm going to sell it right now, okay?
Okay.
On the right side of the screen, there's kind of like a flower that has 1 to 9 on it. And you hit left and right, like the triggers, to rotate between those. Okay. A is to pop in a number, and Y is to put in like a number note. And so it's very, very fast. And it takes
thought about their controller.
It takes minimal effort. Just pops it in. You hit Y, you hit A. You hit R, hit Y, hit A. So the thing that I love about this game, and maybe this makes me a Sudoku baby, but I'm playing this to relax.
Yeah.
I'm playing it to chill.
Isn't something going to come out in like 3 days that you are getting
Listen.
that fits right into this wheelhouse?
Listen.
You're going to be done with this by then.
There's like 300 puzzles. So
we have my lunch tomorrow.
so the thing about it, I've only done 30. So I played 30 Sudoku puzzles today. Let me explain to you another thing that's great about this. If your flower is on 1, it highlights all the 1s. Okay.
No.
Makes it nice and easy to see where all the 1s are. You switch over to 2, all the 2s highlight. Makes it easy to see the 2s.
Good.
Switch over to 3.
All right.
The other thing I like about it,
state of mind now.
Hold on. The other thing I like about it, when you do number notes, like the note, this could go here, this could go here, right?
Right.
If you put down a number in a spot that conflicts with that note, the fucking note disappears.
I have to see this in action.
It's so good. It makes
the music is relaxing.
Yeah, it's amazing. The music's so good. This is low stress Sudoku. This is like easy mode Sudoku.
Right.
It makes the game easy as shit. Like it's just you're going through motions. Like it's not even like
you're putting yourself into a zen state with
people play puzzle games and this stuff to like bust their brains.
Yeah.
A lot of people enjoy brain busters. If you want a game, you just want to zone out. Just want to feel it.
But something comes out in 3 days, Chris.
I don't even know what that is.
I just posted a link. Are you serious? You don't know this is coming out in 3 days?
Well, let me check.
I just made your week.
Let me check.
You know what it is?
No, but it's loading right now. Click. I'm not going to look at any of the words. I still love that Switch thing, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Jupiter. I like Jupiter.
Yep.
Fuck. Oh, who cares? S3 is stupid. Is it gonna?
What do you mean?
I'm gonna buy it, but it's
Picross S3 comes out in 3 days.
But is there anything new, or is it just the same thing?
I don't know.
It's got color shit. Oh my god.
Picross.
Okay, I'm in.
It's got
that comes out in 3 days.
Yes, it does.
Hell yes.
I might even get it because it's been enough time. It's got a lot of content. It's got color Picross. It's got mega Picross. I'm into that.
I was a little disappointed with S and S2.
Oh yeah.
Because it's bare bones nothing.
This looks a little nicer. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, well, even if it was nothing else, I'd still play the shit out of it.
The only problem is, what do you use on your touch screen though? I like to use a little stylus.
You're gross.
I don't,
you don't use touch screen for fucking Picross.
I like drawing the line across. I'm tapping the screen and using the D-pad to switch between the tools.
I'm gonna
have to come up with a little.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you there.
A way to do that. The Switch doesn't come with one.
Agree with Tim.
Yeah, see, it's the right way to do it.
It's the wrong way to do it. You're out of your mind.
Or you're saying you disagree with me? Okay, so
I disagree with you.
Listen, you guys feel relaxed now?
I do. Keenan's kind of.
See, and that's what I'm talking about. Think about Sudoku Relax, because me talking about this game has calmed you guys down.
Yeah. I was gonna fall asleep.
And it's like less than $5.
I'm not getting it. I'll get Picross S3 though.
Listen.
I can't play Sudoku.
Get Sudoku Relax. Listen, you know the other thing? Here's another selling point you may have missed. Here's another one you may have missed.
Chris is getting kickbacks now.
I told you that there was 300 puzzles, right?
I think it's a cult.
Remember I told you there was 300 puzzles?
Mm-hmm.
There is easy, normal, and hard difficulty.
Right.
And you can choose which difficulty.
I feel like I'm being hypnotized here. So was that it for you this week?
That's it. Just Sudoku Relax.
That's okay.
I hate this podcast.
I love nobody fucking listens to this thing anymore.
No, a friend of mine listens to it.
We talk about Gundam for 20 minutes and then Sudoku Relax for the next 20.
Well, yeah, he's not going to be listening to this one anymore because I don't think he's into Gundam.
But they're all like this now. It's so good.
They're all that's okay. Okay, we'll get there. Think of the people who do stick around. How weird
You
are
guys,
they?
you guys are the champs. We love our
You're
listeners.
cutting out, Chris. Cutting out.
Yeah, no, I'm not anymore.
SOS.
I think I gotta close some things. I think my computer's starting to chug a little bit.
Maybe it was you. Maybe your brain malfunctioned.
Man.
Maybe it's a Sudoku relax.
Maybe I'm
affecting
feeling
your
Sudoku relax just so much.
You just decided to stop talking mid-sentence because.
So this podcast has 3 people on it, and neither of you talked about games yet. So have at you.
So it's been like 2 weeks, 3 weeks since I've been on. I don't know. I feel like it's been a while.
Last week everybody was sick, and then the week before that was like just me and Chris, and then and Jackie, and then
I listened to that episode too. Can't remember what you guys talked about.
Around for a while.
Cars.
Catch us up.
Yeah, that's true. You could talk about cars. So since then I ended up. So I should probably talk about a little bit about the Devil May Cry thing. I've gotten to the point where all I need to do is grind out the last few things for Devil May Cry. So I'm not worried about it anymore. There was stuff in there though that I had to do that I was actually legitimately worried I wouldn't be able to complete. One of them was S ranking some of the missions, and that actually, for that one, it doesn't matter what difficulty you pick, but sometimes the easier difficulties make it harder to S rank because it's all dependent on like your combo, and the enemies die too quick on easy mode to combo. So some of them S ranks I got on other difficulty levels, but I did them all. One of the last ones I did by accident while I was focusing on doing something else, so it was kind of a relief to get that done. So now I'm just sort of grinding through the final difficulty, which is insane. It's very difficult.
So you got like what, a week?
Yeah, I got a week, but I don't have that many left. The ones that I have to do left are just a matter of I probably have to play tonight, even though I don't really want to play. I want to play something else, but yeah, but I'm close enough. It's totally doable. Just enough time. I got done the hard stuff that wasn't really time dependent. But I mean, I got a lot out of the game. Like I got way more out of the game than I would have. I got way more into the combat system. It's sort of a lot of it became more second nature, which it feels good to sort of have a partial mastery of the game at least, which is kind of what I wanted to get out of it. I feel like if you could beat it on the regular difficulty without really getting that feeling. So it was good to kind of play through it again on the harder.
Don't sell yourself short.
Get a feel for it, you know. But I recommend it if you get it on sale. Give it a go. It's very good.
Give it a poke.
But then
Kurt, don't sell yourself short, man. This wasn't easy. Okay.
No, it wasn't. No, I was like some of the stuff I tried like 50 times to get an S rank on one of the levels. Something like that, maybe 30 times.
That sounds like a great time.
But it felt good when I did it, and it certainly positioned me well for another game that I picked up, which I think I picked up about a week or 2 ago, which I finally got a copy of Sekiro, and yeah, that was partially why I was trying to get that stuff done because you guys kept talking about it, or Chris, you kept talking about it. I was so itching to get into it, and I gotta say that it's just fantastic, and I feel like it's easily going to be
hot shit
on my game of the year list.
Yeah,
top 10 easily.
100% top 10. Like, yeah. And how far up is the interesting part? Like,
yeah.
it could very easily be number 1.
Yep. Gorgeous looking. Right away, there's an interesting mystery, story wise, and the environments are just gorgeous. Like, just part of the fun of the game is exploring. Right, seeing what you can find, seeing what weird NPCs you can come across, not really knowing what the rules are exactly, especially for the first, even 10 hours of the game, like you're still getting a feel for it. Like you're right. You were talking about the game, and it's pretty linear at the very beginning, and I did that part and got up to the first few bosses, and then of course the game kind of forces you to get a little better at it and play it the way it's meant to be played. And once I beat those initial bosses, then the game started to open up, and then the game opened up even more after I did something else. And then now it's feeling like now I get the way the game's meant to be played.
Yep.
It's definitely all about maintaining aggression and knowing the enemy's tells. I mean, in a way, Monster Hunter is like that,
So
right?
unusual, eh?
Yeah.
Like
Like
very,
you're
very
meant to
unusual.
parry things, right? Like
Hmm.
parrying things correctly is like an attack, right? Like you
Yes.
are
Well,
doing
because
damage
you're
to
doing the what's that
posture damage,
posture damage, right?
which I think in a lot of cases it's mostly how you beat the enemies.
Absolutely, it is.
You rarely beat them by taking their health bar down.
Yeah.
Although the interesting dynamic is the weaker they get, the more health you take off of them, the slower their posture
Posture
rebounds.
recovers. Yeah.
And that's really cool. At the beginning, I didn't think much of the posture, but now all I focus on is the posture and looking at how much posture damage I'm doing, and it's just so well designed, and actually really like. I mean, I mentioned the NPCs briefly. I really like them. I just like to go back and talk to them and see what they have to say. I'm playing in Japanese voice acting, and it's really good. Um,
Emma's
so it's
Emma's really
fantastic.
interesting, eh?
Yep. Emma, the prince is good, or the king or
Yeah.
emperor. I really like the really touching character for me was the guy sitting next to the tree who's really sad. He's like this kind of dumb big guy, and he tells a story about like basically in not so many words. Maybe spoiler, shouldn't say, but he tells a sad story, and I was really like it affected me a little bit. I was like, oh wow, like I really like that. I like how varied the NPCs are and how they have their own little story in the world. And I don't know, it's I'm still right into it, but certainly I took like during the weekday last week, I was so busy, I was too tired to play it. Like I could not bring myself to play it because it does require a certain amount of attention
Mental
and
acuity.
focus, and you have to be on point. Otherwise, it could get really frustrating. But if you're relaxed, like we talked about this, the bosses are designed to intimidate you. And if you play the game intimidated, you won't focus on parrying correctly. You'll focus on over blocking or blocking too much, and then your posture meter goes up. Like you're meant to sort of confront that feeling of oppression and kind of fight back against it. And
Feel the flow, right?
yeah, and sort of calm yourself while you're fighting these bosses, even when you're almost getting close to beating them, and your heart rate starts to sort of jump up a little bit. At least mine does,
Well,
and you have to kind of, you know,
do you know Destiny Jackie?
yeah,
He turns the music off when he gets to a boss
right.
because the music is pretty intense. Like
Hmm.
it gets you moving, right?
Hmm.
And I think it's a good idea. Like I don't want to do it because I like the
No,
music,
me too. I wouldn't do it.
but I appreciate uh I appreciate the idea of having to turn the music off just so you can chill out a little bit, right?
Hmm. Yeah, it gets you amped up for sure.
Yeah.
Some of the attacks they do are meant to intimidate you.
Yeah.
Just intimidate you, to bait you into
Yeah.
doing something stupid.
Yeah.
Like a huge stab attack, like you instinctively want to lunge away from it. But if you do
What is that move called? Mikado or something?
Mikiri counter.
Mikiri counter. Holy shit.
Really good. Yeah,
So fun.
explain this. So what it is so the enemies in the game kind of have different types of attacks, and some of them are just attacks you can parry, and some, if you parry them, you generate a lot of posture, so you'll get knocked off balance. So you don't usually want to parry those. You'll want to dash out of the way or jump over them. So you'll get like a warning for certain attacks that are going to be those bigger ones. And some of them are grabs that you have to just dodge out of the way as well. And it'll give you the warning, but it won't tell you what type of it is. It won't tell you if it's a piercing attack like a lunge or a sweep. And if you jump over like a stabbing attack, you'll get stabbed. Or if you even if you dodge straight backwards, you'll get stabbed. So the only way you can is either dodge sideways or do the Mikiri counter, which is basically like a parry with the dodge button, where you basically stand and just hit the button right before you're going to get speared, and then you step on their spear or their sword and into the ground. You like kick it into the ground and step off of it, and then they kind of have to. Usually they jump back from you, but sometimes there's an opening there, and their posture goes up. It looks really cool. And then there's a sweeps that you can only really jump over them, or sometimes you dodge back. You usually get hit, but you can do a few things. It depends on the reach and other factors, but you're meant to jump off their head, and you'll sort of jump up and then jump off their forehead. You can jump over them, hit them from behind, but that also does posture damage. So it's about like picking those tells up and then looking at their what they're doing and reading them that way, and you have a split second to figure out which one they're doing. But it's easier said than done when you're in the middle of a fight and you have one more potion thing left to get health back, and
you've died like 15 times already on this.
Your heart rate, boss. Yeah, your heart rate's going super fast, and your adrenaline's going, and the music's going, and the ceiling. You're in a room with like a giant Buddha statue, and the ceiling's on fire, and there's rafters, and there's like embers falling down on top of you, and it's crazy. Like some of the bosses are crazy. It's From Software, so you can expect to have good bosses, but I mean the stuff in the game's a little more grounded, and I guess in Japanese mythology somewhat, at least the stuff that I've seen so far, and it's not as out there from like compared to Bloodborne or anything, but still super cool. And I don't know, it's one of those games for you, Keenan, like I feel like you love the aesthetic and the way it looks and everything. I don't know.
I do not think Keenan would like this game in the slightest.
Why?
I just don't think that it's for him.
I don't think it is either, but I think aesthetically and the way it looks and the music.
Because he's a weeb.
Yeah. But he's a good
I love
weeb.
how matter of factly, yeah.
But I think you'd be into it for that reason for sure. The actual gameplay.
I don't know. Okay, so there's a lot of other things that I could play to get the same goal, right? Well, I mean, if it's just the atmosphere, we like Neo is something that I have.
It's more than that. You feel
there's no adolescent
ad.
girls in this. So
what did you say?
I said there's no adolescent girls in this. Okay, won't be
there's not a Neo.
That was a mean.
That was a joke.
Sorry. I'm joking.
Well, you're kind of
that's my type.
A shinobi in it.
You want to share what your Plex looks like, bud?
We're getting off topic. You're kind of like a shinobi in this. Like it's.
You mean ninja?
Ninja. They say shinobi
now who's the weeb?
Game, right? They say shinobi in the game.
He means shinobi. He means like the actual shinobi in like Master System.
They say it in the game. They call him a shinobi. Everybody calls him a shinobi in the game.
Yeah, but all those moves and stuff are called like ninja arts.
I know. Well, whatever. But anyway, I mean, I think the feeling of being a ninja is you can't get that feeling too easily elsewhere.
Oh fuck, man! It's so good.
This is the best ninja game I've played ever.
Yep, I agree.
Easily.
I agree wholeheartedly.
It should be called running on roofs
and backstabbing guys.
Yeah, and just put a cloud of friggin'
blood. I didn't want to say anything, but you have that move. Holy shit! So Keenan, there's a thing. There's actually it's called Shinobi scale, isn't it?
Something like that. I don't know.
Where you stab a guy and then spray his blood all over the place, like in this mist that makes a cloud, so you can stay stealthed. And then go around behind the other guy that's standing with him and kill both of them. It's so good.
and
you can chain it too, eh?
Oh yeah.
Do you know that one part right after the what's her name? The ghost girl.
Yeah.
There's like a house with like one of the ogre guys and like a whole bunch of them. Just go there and just chain it. Like blood everywhere.
And it's creepy. There's creepy parts.
It's very scary.
There's parts that are like really beautiful and like the environments are just wonderful.
Incredible use of sound. Use of sound. Like an incredible use of like no sound. Does that make sense? Like it does a really good job at just cutting out the music at the right times to give you a certain feeling.
The bridge, that whole thing, the big bridge with the dude, that was crazy too. Like super intimidating. Roberto.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Like very much a throwback call out to the older games,
and he's so intense.
Yeah,
like that fight is crazy.
Yeah, and there's so many memorable moments from it. That's what's great about it, and I'm looking forward to more.
That's cool. So did you beat that thing yet that you were telling me about?
What thing?
The guy that you said you were at.
No, I haven't. I haven't beat anything since we talked.
I want you to tell me your impression.
You were telling me something big was coming up, and I haven't seen that yet. I don't.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, so that was one thing I played, and I've been plugging away at Baba's U still. I'm 147 successful puzzles in, and it's still amazing. It's still amazing. Trust me though, like I 3 days ago broke down and started looking for like simple hints for not simple, like subtle hints for one level I was stuck on. All the hints that I read did not help me in any way. I was like, this isn't a hint. And eventually I did get it on my own. And it was one of those things where I was like, oh my God, like it's still doing it at a puzzle like 130 where I'll be stuck on a puzzle and then I'll just be like, oh, I thought this thing was impossible, but it's actually not impossible under these very specific circumstances that are only like in this level. It's amazing, and they're doing some other crazy meta stuff in it. Like it's going to be in top 10 of the year for sure.
Cool.
If I beat it by the end of the year is another story, but yeah, it's consistently amazing. I'm so impressed by it. Really, and it's not just a good idea. It was good. It's good level design. Like it's not just that he had a good idea. It's really supported by that level design. So a lot of content in that game. If you like logic games, puzzle games, it's going to be hard. It's going to be up there in the pantheon. The Witness, this, what else? Braid, like those kind of games. I think.
Those games are all
Portal.
somewhat mediocre, except for Portal to me.
Sure, fair enough.
For me, upper pantheon is like Hex Cells.
Sure, or that other one, Temetsi, right?
Temetsi and Hex Cells are like at the peak for me.
I would say like they're both similar, but Temetsi just hits this other level of difficulty that's like crazy high. Like
I agree.
So hard I didn't know.
I agree, but I like Hex Cells better.
Yeah, Temetsi. It's nice that I can finish Hex Cells.
Yeah.
Finish Temetsi, and I hope that doesn't happen with Baba, but we'll see. Supposedly well over 200 puzzles in it.
Cool.
Yep. I think that was pretty much it. I don't think I played too much else of any real significance. Enter the Gungeon's final DLC came out. Free DLC again. They're finally done with the game. They've added another secret level, another couple bosses, a bunch of new items, and so if you were uncertain about Gungeon, it's finally like totally complete. It's got a ton of content in there. The elements of the game that I did not like when it first came out, which were like sort of boring first level each time you do a run, is pretty much gone. There's a lot of items in the game now. It makes it really a lot more interesting. There's a lot of synergies in the game, which are really fun. That was one of the cool things they added. That Binding of Isaac had a ton of it always, but Gungeon didn't have that, where items would synergize. So if you pick up this item with this item, now both things get modified in a specific way that's unique. And so that was already like one DLC ago where they added those, and that already made the game really fun because you discover them as you play, right? These sort of recipes almost, and you get really overpowered like combinations that are really fun to use. It's still hard. I finally beat it. Like I finally beat the boss from the last, I guess, DLC, who was, I guess, the main final boss. And so that's after playing the game for like 100 hours. But it felt really good. So yeah, really fun game at this point. Highly recommend it. If anyone's on the fence, all that's free. It's just the base game, and you get everything else. It's on Switch too. It's not just on PC. So you got all the
Switch
all the content
for 3 times the price.
I don't know. I don't think it's that expensive. I think it's been on sale a few times. But yeah. And it depends how you want to play it. I actually think the PC controls a little better with the mouse keyboard, but I've gotten used to the dual analogs. It works fine. So, yep, that was me this week.
Cool.
I just picked up one game today that we were talking about on Friday when I came over, Chris. It's like one of the Steam games that was coming out was a game called Fairy Solitaire Harvest. Checking.
But hold on. Harvest, what's Harvest? Because I know Fairy Solitaire. What's Harvest?
I thought that was the one that was coming out this weekend.
It just came out.
Yeah, but what about the old Fairy Solitaire?
Don't know. Didn't pick that one up.
Holy shit. Okay, let's hear about it.
Well, Fairy Solitaire Harvest is done by Puppy Dog Games, and they're mainly doing a lot of smaller indie games. At least that's what I remember them from. It's another solitaire-ish game. It's I'm not gonna think I'm gonna be able to recommend it. It's not as involved as something like Regency Solitaire or Shadowhand. The basic premise is that you're trying to combo cards in together with each other by matching them. If you match them completely, then that counts as part of the combo. If you match just the number, then that clears the card, but it doesn't count towards the combo. It actually breaks it. So it's kind of a, I don't know. I think it's a little bit too simplistic for one of those solitaire games, and I'm not having as much fun because the chains tend to end fairly quickly. I don't know if it's just because I haven't figured out the mechanics of it properly, but just the way that I've been playing it, it doesn't feel as it doesn't feel as solid as one of those other games, and refined. Yeah, the music is pretty good.
I was just gonna say, I was listening to this while you were talking. It's really good.
Yeah, the music itself is pretty good, but I mean, I'm not gonna recommend this game based on the music alone.
Sure.
It's missing something that those other games had, and maybe it's even the RPG attacking elements that there's something to that which this game is missing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It wasn't terribly expensive. I'll probably play through it a little bit more just to see if there's anything towards it, but yeah, I'm just not sure.
Do you know either of you guys ever play? Is it called Fairway Solitaire?
We talked all about it last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones when we first talked about Regency.
Game's incredible.
We all played it.
I didn't like it.
You're fucked. That game is so good.
I did not care for it. I
You
remember
didn't,
why.
you didn't play it.
I did. Let me see. Let me see if I bought it.
You didn't.
Pretty sure I did.
You didn't play it.
I
This
did.
guy's gonna say, I didn't buy it. You're gonna give your opinion on games you haven't played. That sounds familiar.
Either it was Fairway or the other solitaire game, one of them.
Regency?
Yeah, it was Regency that I didn't like.
You're crazy. That's even worse.
Even worse. Oh,
Yeah,
it's even
worse.
worse. Yeah,
It's
Regency,
worse that you
yeah.
don't like it. Regency
Played
was
it for
so good.
112 minutes. What is that? Refund. That's in refund territory. I won't do that.
Yeah, but isn't it like 2 weeks though?
Maybe.
I have 8.2 hours on record for Regency.
What's Keenan's?
3 hours on there.
So great.
You guys are beginners.
8 hours.
Get out of here. Talk about how much here. How much time do you have in what's that? God Save the Queen.
Are we doing this now?
No, wait,
Profile?
not God Save the Queen. Long Live the Queen.
Shadowhand, I have 13 hours. Okay.
Tell me, Long Live the Queen.
I didn't play that. 5 hours only.
I have 3. You're a weeb.
Keenan.
Okay. Sure.
Jeez. I didn't know you played so much Desktop Dungeons. My God. I played quite a bit of that, but not that much.
Most interesting podcast ever.
Keenan, you played Slay the Spire for 271 hours? No, you didn't.
Holy shit.
What? I thought you didn't like it.
It's on the background a lot of the time, so
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah, right.
it
I gotta
was.
look up
Let's
this.
say it's about 150. I did play a lot of it, man. I'm not kidding. Like I told you, I played a lot of it. I
right.
still don't agree that it's that great of a game.
Well, if anybody can make that call, it's him.
Okay.
I think the
That's
path.
fine. Now I'm happy that you played that much.
Isn't Slay the Spire the one that I'm supposed to buy for Switch coming out, the card one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't buy it?
If you can listen to whoever you want. Up to
Yeah,
you.
but he just said he doesn't like it.
I love it.
No, I'm saying that I just don't think it's as well balanced as it could be. That's all. Like, I think you can have fun with it. I think you should set your expectations for what it is, but yeah.
I was expecting Second Coming, to be honest.
It's great. That's the reason why it was on our list.
When's Crosscode coming out?
Oh, I don't know.
Already out.
No, I want it on Switch.
Yeah, I'd be mildly interested in it. We'll see.
I am heavily interested.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably save that one for the summer.
Yeah. I'm still
Pre-order Judgment, by the way.
Yeah, I had that pre-ordered long ago.
I'm on the Judgment.
What is even that game supposed to be? I don't get it.
Yeah, because
Is it?
Yeah.
If I thought it was like one of those weird story games. Like
it's Yakuza.
Oh,
with the lawyer.
But you still walk around and beat guys up.
you're a lawyer who beats people up?
Yeah.
I'd be into that.
Yeah, exactly.
Only that you could be a doctor and be.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
That's
even
what.
better.
And buy and buy like nudie bags for 9-year-olds.
Context, Chris. Not everyone listens to this show every week. Jeez. Yakuza spoilers.
Still not going to fill in the context for that, Chris. You're just gonna
Spoiler.
Yakuza spoilers. I'm still waiting on a release date for Spelunky 2, and I hope it's this year. But I don't know. I assume it'll be this year still. But what's it called came out, eh? Risk of Rain 2 came out. I know you were into that, Chris. Risk of Rain. It's 3D though, and I watched enough people playing it. People like it, but I don't know. Like the switch to 3D version of it. It's multiplayer and everything, but I don't know. Like, look at some videos of it, see if you'd be into it. If you're into it and it's on sale, I'd play with it.
Well, let's wait for it to be on sale before we talk.
Yeah, but
because I'm kind of the same. I don't have any real drive to. Because Risk of Rain was like, it was fun, but it's kind of shitty.
I can see why you'd say that. It's not my favorite roguelike at all, but if you play with another person, then it's
it was fun.
It's really fun, yeah.
Fun to mess around with, you know.
All right.
Are we good this week?
I feel like good.
I feel like we're kind of tapped out and jumping all. It's funny. Every single week we're like focused on here's what we're talking about. We're talking about this. We're talking about this, and then like the last 5 or 10 minutes is just like little snippets of whatever bullshit comes.
I think some weeks it varies. Some weeks end like this, and some weeks end where we actually wrap it up.
Yeah. I think every week lately has been talking about how much we are or are not weebs.
Really?
That's been the running theme.
I remember a couple of weeks ago talking about like whether you hide it from people or not, right?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, by the way, it's possible that on our 150th episode, a listener might do a supercut for us. I won't spoil what it will be of, but it will be sure to entertain.
That assumes that we make it to episode 150.
What are we today?
115.
We'll get there.
We'll get there, Chris.
Thanks for following along.
Unless we all decide to play Sudoku, relax,
rate and
subscribe,
subscribe.
our jobs, and
last week.
Yeah,
we weren't
look at
because every week.
Please, somebody look at here. How about this? On a scale of 1 to 100, how close are either of you on biting on Sudoku Relax?
Like, no, it doesn't even register. I know I'm not going to buy it. Like,
So,
I'll give you a 2. I'll give you a 2 or a 3 out of 10.
Of 5.
Really, eh?
That's the most relaxed answer I can give you.
But I'm an 8 or a 9 out of 10 for Picross S3.
You're fucked. That's an easy 10. And I said it out of 100.
Oh, sorry. And a 90. 90 out of 100. Why did you pick out of 100? That's just pick out of 10.
Well, because there's variations. I guess I could have let you do like 6.4, but you could just
do a
64.
decimal scale out of 10. Yeah, easier to imagine.
One nuance in this rating for one thing that we have no comparison for.
Yes. You know what?
If you
That's always
could,
good.
if you could buy games, if you could gift games on Switch, I would buy both of you Sudoku Relax.
and then I would still not play it.
All right. I guess
We didn't talk about what's it called, really. The Smash Brothers Stage Builder came out, and that was fun to mess with.
Well, let's save it until
We'll save
you and
it.
I have a chance to get together and make some shit.
Yeah, actually do it. Yeah.
I can tell the story about how I spent like 3 or 4 hours trying to find old Smash Brothers Brawl
That's
saves.
true. Yeah, you could talk about that.
All right. Talk to you next Monday.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good week.